The Indigenous business sector is vibrant and diverse. Indigenous entrepreneurs are operating in every corner of the nation across all industries. However, the data we have about the sector does not distinctly reflect the breadth, the diversity, and the impact of Indigenous businesses.
There's never been a better time to be in business than right now for Indigenous people. I've seen so many new businesses enter the marketplace and are looking for, how they can leverage Indigenous procurement policies. There's been a big awakening from corporate Australia as well.
So I think business is going through a fundamental shift at the moment. At its core, actually, we're moving from a single bottom line approach to a much broader assessment of performance. How Indigenous business interacts with that pivot is really quite important to how we start to frame the future, especially for this country, for Australia.
It makes great business sense to engage with Indigenous entrepreneurs and Indigenous businesses and their goods and services, which are of high quality and are accessible for our Australian corporations.
I want the Indigenous business sector to be integrated in our supply chains in a way that is completely and utterly holistic. And it's not because they are Indigenous businesses that they are in our supply chains, it's because they are good businesses.
So what do we have at the moment? We know how many contracts that the federal government gives under the Indigenous procurement policy, what the value of the contracts are. And on Indigenous business registries all across Australia, we have different lists of Indigenous businesses. And what don't we have is a coordinated effort to bring those all together and to have a bigger understanding and snapshot of the Indigenous business sector.
A powerful sector needs powerful data. Data that's going to tell us the real impact that Indigenous businesses have to their community. Data that's going to tell us what are the gaps that we need to fill in order to help our businesses thrive and to scale. It's not just about the numbers. It's about the story, the narrative, the power of that narrative of the real impact that Indigenous businesses can make to their communities.
Business is a vehicle for self-determination. And in order to grow Indigenous businesses, we need to continually meet the challenge of having better data, collecting it better, and asking better questions of the data. Because with this, if we rise to the challenge, the options for the future are unlimited.